What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? Welcome to RW Vision. I am your host, Russ, okay? Welcome back. Welcome back, people. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to all of y'all with another video, all right? If you are new to the channel and if you are currently watching this channel, please take the time to click that subscribe button. Also, smash that like button there, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. It says that 70% of y'all are not clicking that like button now. We need to click that like button so this video, this channel can get more exposure all over YouTube, because like I told you guys in the past, we are growing, okay? We are growing. We are already almost at 40,000 views. We are almost at 200 subscribers. We are on the way, guys. We are on the way up. So please take the time to click that subscribe button and smash that like button. What I do is I cover college football, NFL, and NBA to you. My main thing to you guys, to my audience, is to give you guys information. Okay. Also, I would like to entertain you if I can, but most likely information. Okay. So, I could also cover traveling videos, live events, and games. Alright, so alrighty, people, let's talk about some college football. Guys, we already know what's going on. So today I want to talk to you about the division leaders in each college football conference. Okay, as you know, we are almost in November football, and November football are the championship games, the conference championship games. Okay, so we already know who's gonna play now. By now, guys, if you don't know that it's between Georgia and Alabama, or LSU and Tennessee, who knows? But I'm gonna let you know who's gonna be playing. All right, so let's start with the big schools, right? The ACC, that is the Atlantic Coastal Conference. In my opinion, which is everybody's opinion, I really think that Clemson handled business last weekend. They beat Syracuse, which Syracuse was very surprising. Okay, Syracuse surprised me because I had them losing earlier during the season to Louisville, and they shocked the world so far. They only lost one game. I think they're 6-1 or 7-1. Syracuse is very impressive this year, so shout out to them, and they do get their flowers for improving this season. But like I said, for the ACC championship, I have North Carolina facing Clemson in the ACC championship this year. Now let's go on all the way across the country to the Big 12. Big 12 is very shocking. I have TCU and Oklahoma State. Guys, TCU is undefeated. Oklahoma State lost one game. These are the two teams I have facing each other in the Big 12 championship game. Now, let's go all up the country, all the way up to the cold weather places in the Big 10. Illinois, luckily, are in one of the weakest division of Power 5, the Big 10 West. Okay, Illinois will probably be playing against either Michigan or Ohio State for the Big 10 championship game. I don't think that, by the way, I don't think Penn State will beat Ohio State Saturday anyway. Don't matter where it's at. They can have a whole whiteout. They can have a whole town in Penn State be whiteout. They still won't win. So Ohio State's going undefeated in the Big 10, period. As far as the Pac-12, Oregon and USC, right as of right now, Oregon and USC, but do not count out Utah. For some reason, Utah, have a chance to make a few changes, okay? But like I said, right now I got Oregon and USC, and I don't think nobody in the Pac-12 would like to face Oregon right now. I think Oregon's going to run through the Pac-12, period, so it really doesn't matter. Let's go with the SEC, the best conference in college football, hands down, period. In no if and buts about it, the SEC. You already know that's the best conference in college football, okay? You already know now that it's going to be between Alabama or LSU versus Georgia or Tennessee. Now, my money's on Alabama versus Tennessee, okay? That's my money is on right now, because it's been a while since we've seen a quarterback like Hendon Hooker, and that is what I think. When Tennessee plays against Georgia, whoever quarterback plays the best will win that game, sadly. Okay, so that is who I got for the SEC championship, Alabama and Tennessee. That would be another rematch. we have seen multiple rematches throughout our years in college football. Y'all remember LSU? I think it was 2011, 2012. LSU beat Alabama like 6-3, and they faced each other in the national championship game, and Alabama beat the brace off LSU. We see Georgia last year. Georgia lost to Alabama in the SEC championship game, the national championship. Alabama lost to Georgia. So I mean, we see certain rematches. You know, it's hard in college football. It is hard to beat a team twice in college football, period. Because coaches make adjustments, players get momentum, players make adjustments, whatever the case may be. Now let's go to the smaller conferences. The AAC, which is the American Athletic Conference. Tulane will probably play Cincinnati in that conference championship game. Now, let's go to the Conference USA. By the way, it is a great thing that Southern Miss went to the Sun Belt instead of staying in the Conference USA. But anyway, University of Texas in San Antonio will play Western Kentucky, in my opinion, for that conference championship. Now, as far as the independent schools like Notre Dame and Liberty, I think those two teams would be the best in that conference. The Mid-American Conference, which I call the MAC, they will have Buffalo, which is in the East, versus Toledo in the West. Those are my two teams in that conference that I think. The Mountain West, guys, Boise might need to go to another conference. It seems like every other year, Boise State is playing for that conference championship. So I've got Boise and Fresno State facing each other in that conference championship game. Now let's go to the Sun Belt, guys. The Sun Belt East is a great conference. I mean, you had teams like James Madison, Old Dominion, Georgia Southern, Appalachian State, and Marshall, and Coastal Carolina. Guys, the Sun Belt was on fire this year. I have never, ever seen the Sun Belt being this fire. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. But like I said, in this conference championship, you have to have an East team, you have to have an West team. Okay, so in the West, I have Troy University versus Coastal Carolina. That is my opinion on who will face in that conference championship game. Now, as far as the FCS, I am a Jackson State fan. I am a Mississippi State fan. I am an alumni of both schools. I will have Jackson State facing Southern University in the SWAC championship game. Those are the two best teams in the SWAC. Okay, so now let's go over the 6 undefeated teams. We already know Ohio State is undefeated. Tennessee is undefeated, Georgia is undefeated, Clemson is undefeated, Michigan undefeated, and TCU is undefeated. Guys, we have a lot of good games. I think this week will be better than last week because of the games. Guys, we got a lot of good games. Guys, we got so many games. I need to eat this piece of candy before I talk about these games. I said I wasn't going to get any candy, but you know when it's in your face, man, it is amazing. You know, you just can't resist. But anyway, you got Pitt versus North Carolina. You got Florida and Georgia. Guys, the Florida and Georgia game. Guys, I love the Florida Gators too. So I would love for Florida to beat Georgia. That would make my weekend. If Florida mess around and beat Georgia in Jacksonville, I will have a ball this weekend, guys. I'm going to tell you the truth. I know Jackson State is winning. I know Mississippi State is winning. Well, I think Mississippi State has a bye week. But I know Jackson State is winning. But I want Florida to win this game, okay? Basically. Now we got Ohio State and Penn State. That would be a good game. But I think Ohio State would beat Penn State regardless of what happens. Michigan State and Michigan. I have Michigan win this game. Kentucky and Tennessee. Now this, my friends, is an interesting game. You have Tennessee with a great offense, the best offense in the SEC, versus Kentucky, one of the best defenses in the SEC. These two teams is a must-see game, okay? I would love for Tennessee to stump Kentucky. It just highlight I can't stand Kentucky. I can't stand them in basketball. I can't stand them in football. Tennessee, I hope y'all beat the brace off Kentucky. Please beat the brace off these guys. All right, so we got Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Oklahoma State must rebound for that loss against TCU, so I think they will beat Kansas State. Ole Miss and Texas A&M. Guys, Lane Kiffin posted something on Twitter about a $2 ticket at the Texas A&M and Ole Miss game. Guys, Lane Kiffin is funny, man. I tell you, how you gonna have a $2 ticket? Was he trying to sell his ticket? Let me know in the comment section what Lane Kiffin was trying to do with this ticket. He had 2 tickets, and both tickets was $2. All right, but I think Ole Miss will beat A&M. I think Ole Miss has a great running game. Ole Miss probably has one of the best running games in all of college football. Quarterback can run, and they got 2 good running backs. All right. Wake Forest and Syracuse. Woo! Now this is a hard one. Believe it or not, guys, this game is hard. Will Syracuse be able to stop the passing attack and this killer offense of Wake Forest? If Sam Hartman plays for Wake Forest, Syracuse will be in trouble. Now, there is a such thing of letting a team beat you twice. Syracuse was undefeated. They messed around and let Clemson beat them. It was a close game. They had high hopes for beating Clemson. It didn't happen. Clemson ain't lost at home, and I don't know how long. So, I mean, it's just how it is. But, guys, don't let Clemson beat you twice. Because you too busy thinking about how Clemson beat you. You need to be worried about Wake Forest. And that's something that could happen. It could. But, hey, we'll see what happens. I really want to pick Wake Forest on this game. I think Wake Forest have enough talent to win this game. And Wake Forest does have a great wide receiver. They have quite a few weapons on offense. I don't think that Syracuse will be able to keep up with this offense. All right. Now we have Arkansas and Auburn. Guys, this game is going to determine who's one of the worst A schools in the SEC. You get it right. Auburn starts with an A and Arkansas starts with an A. So this is going to determine who's the worst or the best A school outside of Alabama in the SEC. Okay. Auburn and Arkansas. If KJ Jefferson plays, Arkansas will win. If KJ Jefferson doesn't play, maybe Auburn will win. Auburn it looks like they're getting slightly better, but they're still not where they need to be. They probably need a few more years to rebuild that program. Missouri and South Carolina. Guys, South Carolina is surprising. I got South Carolina winning this game. I think South Carolina will pull off the win against Missouri. Missouri is probably the second worst team in the ACC outside of Vanderbilt. Oklahoma and Iowa State. Guys, Oklahoma will probably win this game. Dylan Gabriel will probably bounce back off this win, okay? Baylor and Texas Tech. Now, guys, this game could go Texas Tech way, okay? Like I said in my video, if you saw my Big 12 video, I talked about Baylor and all their losses on defense and offense. Don't be surprised if Texas Tech beats Baylor. Do not be surprised, okay? Okay, Baylor's not the same as last year. But, you know what? I'm going to go with Texas Tech this game. I think Texas Tech will win this game, okay? By the way, Texas Tech showed me enough last year when they beat Mississippi State in that bowl game last year. I know Mississippi State had a few starters out, but guys, Texas Tech is pretty good. They're a pretty good program, okay, Texas Tech, okay? Here are my list of scary teams that could make the playoffs, but I'm not sure. Alabama, Oregon, Oklahoma State, and LSU. LSU, think about it, guys. They are 1 point away from being undefeated in the SEC. They beat us, Mississippi State. They beat Ole Miss. They beat A&M. They have beat some people. Okay, they are improving every game. And I don't even like LSU. LSU is probably my outside of Georgia. I hate LSU more than any other team outside of Georgia in the SEC. That's period. I'm being honest with you. Say what you want. That's just how I feel. All right, but Brian Kelly might be the best hire this year in the SEC. Y'all was talking all that smack about Brian Kelly not being able to compete in the SEC, and look what he doing. Look what he doing. Look what Brian Kelly is doing in the SEC, man. He's 1 point away from losing, from being undefeated, losing to Florida State by 1 point early in the year. LSU, if they beat Alabama, guys, you're going to hear a lot of noise about LSU having a chance to compete in the SEC championship. Well, you know, if they beat Alabama, they're going to go to the SEC championship, period. But what if they beat one of the East teams? Which, in my opinion, I think the SEC East is the toughest conference in college football this year. The East is back. You got Tennessee, you got Georgia, and you got Kentucky. Those three teams are some of the best teams in the SEC, okay? So the SEC East is the toughest conference in college football to me, in my opinion. If LSU beats Alabama, guys, it is going to be hard. And if they win the SEC championship, it is going to be hard to keep LSU out of the playoff conversation. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, guys. But by the way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button, baby. Thank y'all for watching RW Vision. I am 100% totally grateful. And please continue to watch. Thank you.